Good afternoon. Bit of a late one today. Soul Hub this morning. Soul Hub is a beautiful organisation that I've been volunteering with, I think since March now. We're back into November. Been volunteering. Started off doing Wednesday lunch, moved to Wednesday mornings. Now with Time to Build course, I've started doing the Monday mornings, which is good. Good start to the week. Feeling a little in my head yesterday, to be honest. So it was nice. So it wasn't nice. It was a bit feeling a bit anxious yesterday, a bit frustrated. Around, where was my frustration from? Just self, I think. Maybe lack of progress. A lot of similar stuff. Similar patterns, ego, things trying to hold me back, the mind trying to keep me safe. Keep saying progress. I just had a power nap, so I've woken from that. Maybe a little bit foggy, but that's okay. We'll keep going. Feeling a little bit anxious. The drone I'm building, I get really frustrated with that. I just want to fly the thing. Like, it's just, I'm getting frustrated that it's consuming so much time. I just wanted to go outside yesterday and fly it, and it felt like I went backwards with it, putting time into it, a few hours into the actual programming of that. And then next thing, I've got like less working than before. It was like one little thing holding it back, which was around the GPS was working, but then the OSD on-screen display stopped. Couldn't get it to work. It's just like one thing after another. Probably put too much energy into it before I got to the point of recognition of the emotion and going, okay, I'm frustrated. Why am I frustrated? Continue doing this just doesn't serve me. If I just keep sitting in this, it's just compounding it, getting the shits. Walk away. I need an expert. I need someone. Reach out to Cliff. Shout out Cliff Wakefield. Gonna try and hopefully he'll be able to help me out at some point. Unreal. Appreciate that. It's knowing when to put your hand up and just going. It's not defeat, but I need some expertise here. So reaching out to some people, trying to find a result. I'm sure it's something simple. Literally is programming. It's just like ticking a few boxes here and there. It'll happen. This morning I felt, to be honest, like overwhelmed. Again, something that I'm working through. Power of the mind. Day got off to an average start, so it's stuck in my head, and it's like, okay, let's work through this, acknowledge it, feel it. Still got up. Intention to train before the gym. Sorry, intention to go to the gym before Soul Hub. So Soul Hub's 6:30. Need to be at the gym at 5. That's waking up at 4:30. Get up. All good. I got halfway to the gym. The walk on the gym was actually good. I was just like, okay, there's nothing in my world. There's no threat. Like, I don't have to do anything. Ironman's adding pressure to me. Time to build, stuff like that. Overwhelm comes from that place of lacking as opposed to abundance. And it's like, I am doing so much. I am doing these things. The drone's not working. The drone will work. Using the future. So it's like the things that my world is perfect in this moment. There's things that I desire. There's things that I want to welcome. There's things that I want to bring into my world. But I'm okay without them. I don't have to do Ironman. It doesn't matter. I don't have to do that. I don't have to fly a drone. I don't have to do anything. But what's my minimum viable product, MVP? Like, what do I have to do today? Go to the gym, go to Soul Hub, do the groceries, spend some time on the time to build content. So on the way to the gym, I was like, the thing that came through for me is I saw a tawny frogmouth owl. He was just sitting on a post watching me. I went and got a photo of him, walk around the corner. There's a Pieto there, like an old one. Looks like it's come out of the church. I was just like, just admiring these little things. Like, it's 5 a.m. or 4:45, no one there. Took a photo of the piano, and then the thing that came through for me was give yourself permission to be happy. Like, give yourself permission to shine. It's like, if I can't find it now, it's like, when will I? It's like the ego is coming through, like it's trying to protect me. It's trying to like keep me in safety. And it's like, I think the thing is like the frustration is like, fuck, if I can't like, if I create a nightmare in my head, I will never be happy. Like, I have everything that I could ever need. Honestly, like I'm so blessed to live, have, be all the things that are in my current world. It's like, if I can't be happy now, like when will I be? Like, if I can't give yourself permission to shine, it's like almost, it's like, it's Monday. It's like, it's a work day. We have to go and like do the 9 to 5. Like, I have to suffer. I have to grind. It's like, no, I can choose to just turn up and fucking love today. It's like, today's another day. Today could be Wednesday. It could be Sunday. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. It's just the conditioning and like the patterns that we have like developed over time from childhood. And it's like, I'm still fighting those patterns. It's like, I feel emotions as guilt still attached. I can acknowledge that. I don't do the normal 9 to 5. I live in abundance. I have wealth through inheritance that keeps me going. Money comes, money goes. Money's going at the moment. I know it will return. I know there's a deep sense of belief inside of me. It's like, if I keep doing what I'm doing and keep being of service to others in the world, doing the stuff like I'm doing, going to Soul Hub, putting on a smile, brightening people's day, it's like the world will return that in probably the funniest ways, the ways you least expect it. Like, I know even now, it's like my world, like 10 years ago, I'd be like, what the fuck? That's what I'm going to be doing 10 years from now. And it's like, I know in 10 years from now, like I've got an idea of where I want to head, but it's like, I know the shit that I'll be doing. I'll be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, just, yeah, I think it's just give yourself permission to be happy. Like, we just put these contracts on ourselves. It's like, I'll be happy when, I'll be content when I get this. It's like this constant like living in the gap. It comes back to the book, The Gap and the Gain. It's like, live in the gain. Think of where you've come from, like all the shit you've been through and where you are now, like how good life is, and sit in reflection. For me, that's like a big one. I just focus on the future and it like stresses me out, but it's like that constant drive. Think of the past. It's like the shit I did on the weekend. Like, I forget that already. It's like, I went skydiving. I hung out with fucking amazing people. I did like 3 healing modalities in the space of like 24 hours. I did the Zen Tai. I went to the psychic medium. I did a yin class. Like, how fucking lucky am I? Like, the experiences in that I had, like, it's truly amazing. I went into Soul Hub today with like in a good mind frame. I got halfway to the gym and realized that I didn't have my token to get in. It's on my car keys, and I walked to the gym. I got probably 2/3 of the way there. So that's like, I was literally like, stopped. I was like, I can't get into the gym. And I was like, I can choose to let this ruin my day, or I can just, it is what it is. It's happened. I just turn around and start walking home. So I'm like, what's the worst thing? I lose like 20 minutes of my gym workout today. Does it really matter? No. It's like how you frame this stuff. And it's like, oh well. I start walking home. On the way back home, I'm like, I forgot my towel as well. It's like, Well, there's two things. So it's like, well, I needed to go home anyway. Got home, towel, keys, ended up driving to the gym. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I was literally like, I think 7 minutes later than what I was expected. And I was like, well, I just won't sit in the sauna today. That's okay. Still do the same workout. Like, it's just how you frame it. It's like, I could have let that ruin my day, but the show goes on. These are like minor details, like in the grand scheme of things. At the end of the day, it's like, if I didn't get to the gym all day, it's like, oh, still, tomorrow's a new day. You can't beat yourself up. I got to Seoul, was in a good headspace. New people, being different shift, meeting new people. A lot of similar. A lot of the people that come into Seoul. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the word. They're not customers, of course. They are attendees. No, there's a better word. It's not coming to mind. That come into there. Just such amazing people, and they inspire me, like, to be honest. Like, people that have overcome such adversities in their world and like come out the other side, and just such intelligent people and still dealing with like massive challenges, but they still turn to show up. They still choose to show up and be happy and grateful. And they're some of the most loving people in the world. Like, they look out for each other. Like, they're on the street, a lot of them, like they're together. They're like a team. They're a community. It's like they look out for each other. They'll like give each other food. They send each other love. Like, they're in it together, a lot of them, and it's actually fucking inspiring. Like, people that have got nothing. Not saying that they all have nothing, but some of them do. I had a moment where one of the guys that was standing in line, forgive me, I forget his name, but he's a regular guest. That's the word I was looking for. And it was like he's connected with Source, because everyone's a mirror for you. People are there to show you. When you surrender, accept, listen, the messages are there. Like, it's all in front of you. It's whether you choose to tune into that frequency or not. And it's like, I'm in my like highest frequency, and I'm talking to this guy, and I was like, it's like a message has just been channeled from universe, source, higher power. You could say it was his conscious mind, whatever, it doesn't matter. But the way I took it is like, whoa, this is a message. It's like, it comes in, these messages come in the shapes and forms, colors, like, that you just don't expect. And his message was around boundaries. For me, it was like, the context was that, you know, he was commenting on my moustache and how it stood out, and to him so much, seeing that moustache, and that it's like, we're all just testing boundaries, and we're all testing the boundaries of ourselves and others and the world around us, and how that relates to like young people and the amount of time that they spend, especially when you're in your youth and you test these boundaries, you push the limits. And I can relate to it in the fact of like my personal appearance, and I test the boundaries of that, probably for self. It's like proof, maybe not proof, but it's like it's like I'm testing the world, testing myself, really. It's like, I'm gonna get Burning Man, I'm gonna do this stuff, or it's like, I'm just gonna dye my hair or do that, or wear something stupid today. And it's like, no one actually really gives a fuck but you. That's the honest truth. Like, people don't care as much as what you think. Usually, like, I wore a fluoro shirt on the weekend, skydiving, and people like love that shit. They're like, oh, I got a couple of comments on it, and it's like, people embrace that. They encourage it as much as we don't think it. And standing out from a crowd and being different, people just, it inspires them. That was the day at Soul Hub. I went from there to a cafe, trying to make a little bit of a conscious effort to change my environment. Change your environment. So instead of just sitting at home in my office on the computer, so I want to go to a cafe somewhere I don't usually go to. And I went to a cafe. I had just having a coffee on my computer, and part of time to build, I'll hit 15 minutes, wrap it up, land the plane. Part of time to build is developing digital products, and Tom has mentioned a couple of times, it's like, just create something and put it out there, irrelevant of like the quality of it. It doesn't have to be forever. It's just a V1, so you don't have to perfect it, but continually just like upgrade it, just release it. It can be, to be honest, it can be shit, but it's like when you reach that initial point of opening your phone and getting a notification from Gumroad, which is like a platform for hosting digital products, that someone's just purchased your item, it will just like click something in your mind of like, holy dooly, I just made money doing nothing. And although it's not nothing, I know, but that concept is like, fuck, imagine waking up and I'm writing like, I don't know if it's going to be a vlog, probably like an ebook. It's like, imagine if 10 people bought that at $30, that's $300. Like, you woke up, 30 people had bought, so you just made $300 overnight while you're asleep, because some people overseas had purchased your book. It's like, and I actually friggin' enjoyed it today. Like 3 hours that I sat. I'm gonna say primarily I'm trying to buy a camera at the moment. I was liaising, trying to work out that deal a little bit. I'm gonna say that took 20 minutes of my time, but I was proud of myself, because my crazy mind, chaotic maybe possibly ADHD mind is all over the place, and I let it run though. I was just like, idea, go to this one, just like brainstorming, getting it out, and like I was actually loving it. It's like, it's creativity, it's therapy at the same time. It's just like all these random stuff, adding some humor in, like, and it's just my lived experience really of my journey and sharing that. And I spent 3 hours writing this book, and I was just a scramble at the moment, but it'll come together. And I was like, oh, this is easier than I expected. Like, I was doing the groceries afterwards, like, oh, I could just, there's all these ideas, like all these things I need to get into. I'm like, oh, just writing them down, putting notes in my phone, like add this and that, and just like catchy little headings and topics. And yeah, it's wild when you start like pulling stuff out of your brain, how much you actually know about whatever. We all know so much, and it's like putting that into, just because I can touch type too, it's like just spitting it out. I was like, oh, this is unreal. Like all these ideas just flowing, just in that flow state. So watch this space. Happy Monday. If you watch this, you're a fucking legend. Everyone deserves someone who thinks they're too important to lose. Every human being deserves someone who believes they're too important to lose. Period.